following presentation of the National Football League.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. And tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the LA Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some...
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
First carry for Najee Harris. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So here come the Vikings with a long field ahead of them. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. They'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Minnesota.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 14 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Vikings.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give, running left is Harris. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 29.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 18 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
A 42-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Their second drive here, the ball game, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
So here's Jones again on 2nd down. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
And the Vikings 1st down.
Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Middle of the field to Jefferson. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the 1st down as they stop him short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. More from L.A. in a moment. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
To the air with McCarthy. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on third down. Really? Should have a better game plan installed for how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
So on fourth down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count, if you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Herbert now. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Again, Herbert. Open man right side. That's McConkey. 2nd down and 8.
Out of bounds at his own 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this one is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. So this is where a defense can really pin back its ears, bring it all, sell out to stop the run. This time, it'll earn them 2 points.
They definitely guessed right here. A run blitz all the way, and that's a bad feeling for a running back when he knows he's got to at least get it over the goal line. But all he sees are opposing jerseys.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Harris will start the drive out. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. 53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. It looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt. You can't let him get to the outside and get to the sideline. You force him to stay in the middle of the field, and they did exactly that and made the play.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. This is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger. But remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy. And back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
This is 2nd and 8. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this one's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. That is caught. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
And he fires one incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
This is Harris on the draw. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. More from L.A. in a moment. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They'll be searching to dent the scoreboard for the first time. Now down 8-0 as they begin with a 1st and 10. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he stopped immediately there. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Here is 3rd and 5. Here's McCarthy. Got his man complete over the middle. That's more. And he will have a Vikings first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
First down, Minnesota.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. inside give to Jones. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. Second down in the yard.
Brings up second and a yard.
8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. From the 44-yard line, here's second down and a yard. On play action, now McCarthy. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Oliver. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. 8
yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Now he'll tuck this and run. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the Vikings 1st down.
Throwing is McCarthy. Now he's going to step up and run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Chargers' 29-yard line.
Now he'll try to run with this. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Here now, 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. McCarthy operating from the gun. That's caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Now receiver in motion left. On play action, McCarthy. There's Allison. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
At the 47-yard line.
Herbert. On the out route, he finds Johnston. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got another one to Johnston. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the play. First down, Vikings.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll go again to Jones. And down to the 41.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line.
First down, Minnesota.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. More from L.A. in a moment. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And his throw here is incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. This is caught. Touchdown! Jordan Addison with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Second and 10.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Yard line.
Here's Herbert. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Now it's Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. Now Herbert off the bootleg. That one complete to McConkey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
12 more yards. That's another Chargers.
Play action. It's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 1. At the Vikings.
Harris running straight ahead. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Herbert now. It's Williams on the catch. 2nd down and 4.
To Mike Williams. A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On the give, this is Harris. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Chargers first down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Najee Harris, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jordan Addison in the offense out for another drive. 2 touchdowns to his credit so far. Charles, I'm curious, do these wide receivers, what do they go in with each week? Is it different week to week for the goals that they personally set for themselves, do you think?
I doubt that it's different from week to week. Maybe because of game plan. They know that one guy may be...
Fights through and now a crease. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
And the Vikings first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside. which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Second and a yard.
McCarthy off the play fake. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Vikings.
To the air with McCarthy. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Intended for Justin Jefferson. Incomplete. He was covered by Dante
McCarthy is set to throw it. And that falls to the ground. Incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Chargers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Charger drive about to get going. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 117 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better really as the night's gone on.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
First down. First down and goal to go.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. More from L.A. in a moment. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Again, it's Harris. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7.
A 22-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So the football going back to the Vikings offense. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. No, bottled up. It's out. It's loose. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Chargers offense and running back Najee Harris set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Pass hauled in by Johnston. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And the Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Herbert off of play action. Got his man. It's Williams. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 22. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. A gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They hand this off to Harris. Pushes past him. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Chargers, first down.
Here's Herbert. Finds Johnston. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. This is Harris. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 6.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he rifles one incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams with an amazing diving catch. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
Recovered by the offense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's down the field for Jefferson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Going for it, here's McCarthy. And got his man, complete. And out across midfield, down to the 45.
A gain of 37 yards. First down, Minnesota.
Now McCarthy. We're going back to the same well. It's Hawkinson again. Now 2nd down and a few inches.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
On play action. Now McCarthy. Throw to the right. Hauled in by Addison. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 23.
A gain of 12.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Looking to throw McCarthy. Open man, that's Felton. Here's 2nd down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
McCarthy going to throw again.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Here's McCarthy. He'll try to pick it up himself.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hawkinson. Here now, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
Complete to Johnston here. And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Los Angeles, they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.